left. Data shows 42% drop. This is crazy. It has started, the price of silver is changing because there's not enough left. You're about to find yourself in a situation where you either paid too much for silver or you should have cashed out when you could. This is from goldbroker.com. And the title of this article says, for the third year running, a historic supply deficit. And the article starts by saying, for the third year running, demand for silver metals exceeds supply. This market maladjustment was particularly notable in 2022 when 20% of total demand was not supplied. 20% was not supplied. In 2023, the supply deficit narrowed but remained clearly high at 184 million ounces. This supply deficit, listen to this, this is equaled, it's the equivalent to over 5,900 tons of silver that was not supplied. 5,900 tons of silver was not supplied. That's also 15.5% of all silver demand in 2023. So given this situation, the fundamentals of the silver market remain favorable. That's really putting it lightly. Nevertheless, this supply deficit still reflects the inability of prices to adjust effectively to the production shortfall. And the article continues by saying, for 2024, the Silver Institute anticipates a supply deficit rising to 215 million ounces. 215 million, and a deficit adjustment for investments in exchange-traded products of 265 million ounces. What's more, and that's very conservative. There are people that really push back against these Silver Institute numbers. Many believe that the number is at least twice that we're going to be seeing a deficit for. Just look at what China has done in the past month. China is having their own silver rush. They're putting all their effort into silver because they want to be ahead of the game when it comes to electric vehicles. They want to be ahead of the game when it comes to solar panels, and they're going all in. So this number is really, really conservative. Let's continue. The article says, what's more, supply levels have remained stable for over 10 years, while demand seems to be rising steadily. For example, silver supply rose steadily from 1990 to 2010 before entering a phase of stagnation. Now, here's the article mentions the rising demand for photovoltaics. And it says, demand for silver in the photovoltaic industry is rising dramatically. Watch. By 2023, demand for silver in this industry has risen by 64%. That is just enormous. It's risen by 64%, reaching almost 19% of all silver demand in 2023 was for photovoltaics. I mean, that's where the push is. And it's just going to grow. The Green Revolution is growing and growing. This says, over the last 10 years, silver demand for photovoltaic industry has almost quadrupled. Wow. Now, watch this. This is really where it hits our wallet. This says, by contrast, demand for silver, for investment silver fell sharply in 2023. It went down 28%. So this is where people don't realize what a great, what a sleeper silver is, right? Sleeper means it's an investment that people are not realizing is right there in front of their eyes, and it's about to boom. This says, again, demand for investment silver fell sharply in 2023, as did demand for silverware. On the subject of investment demand, the Silver Institute report states, while all major markets saw losses, the decline was particularly acute in Germany following the VAT increase at the start of 2023. Similarly, demand for jewelry fell by 13% in 2023, mainly due to India, where demand dried up as a result of the high rupee. Watch this. The year 2023 therefore saw a slowdown in demand for jewelry, silverware, and investment purposes, which showed that there was a total of almost 42% decrease of demand for a metal, which is showing that the supply is lower than the demand. So people don't realize what a great move this is to go in on silver. 52% of demand. That's how much it has dropped. 42%. 42%. That is a sleeper if there ever is one. And the part that we really have to balance is that as this increases, as the demand for electric vehicles needing silver, and not just EVs and solar, but there's many electronic devices require silver. And as that demand is going to continue, presently, and this article says that 1 out of 5 ounces, about 20%, 1 out of 5 ounces of silver that are brought up from the ground, 1 out of 5 of those ounces goes to industrial demand. But as this demand increases, that is going to tighten. So we can absolutely see 2 out of 5 ounces going to industry. Now, when that happens, and if you're enjoying this video, please hit like, please hit subscribe. It really helps a lot to get this information out there. When that happens, when we start seeing 2 out of 5 ounces going to industry, going to industrial demand, 3 out of 5 going to industrial demand, I mean, this is absolutely the path that we're headed towards. There's nothing stopping that. Think about how that's going to impact the price of silver. I mean, we're really going to see silver skyrocket as this continues, as 2024 rolls out, and as we get to 2025, we're absolutely going to see that margin get tighter, and we're going to see how it impacts the price of silver. So this shortage is real, and the blind part of the investment side is real. I mean, look at that number, 42%. If people just don't realize where silver is headed, they don't realize how strong the demand is, and they don't realize how short the supply is. Those numbers from the Silver Institute, you could check out Road to Ruta. That's a great YouTube channel. He talks about a lot about silver supply. Of course, Silver Slayer talks about it daily. He talks about it. And these numbers are real. I mean, silver is absolutely the way to go. And I'm still bullish on silver. I don't sell silver. This channel is not sponsored by any silver dealers or anything. I'm just telling you my opinion as a silver stacker. And just look and see if you're on the fence in any way. If $32 feels expensive to you, just watch as silver blows past 40, heads toward 50, like we've always spoken about. I mean, we've not had this before. Even 10 years ago, and I was in silver 10 years ago, we didn't have this demand from industry like we had, like we have now. We didn't have it. So this is all new. It is all new territory. And I know people have talked about $50 silver for many years, to the point where many of us roll our eyes at it, but you can't fight these numbers. I mean, what other product can you point to has such a strong demand with so little supply? You're really going to be hard pressed to find another product that shows this. So again, I'm just a silver stacker. I'm not selling anything. I'm telling you my experience, and these numbers absolutely show that this silver I'm holding in my hand, this is really set to go to a place where not only does it shoot really out of reach for most of us, but it's going to tighten that gold to silver ratio. And that's what we've always been waiting for. When that gold to silver ratio tightens, that's when we cash out and swap our silver. I shouldn't say cash out, because we're going to swap out our silver and get that gold that is always, really for a long time now, has been out of reach.